All right, so starting off, we have Andrew Tate. What a great way to start off. Let's see. So this is why Andrew Tate prefers dumb over smart. How low IQs can dominate you. Let's find out.
You're smart, I'm stupid. We decide to argue. You say 2 + 2 is 4, I say 2 + 2 is 5. You continue to say it's 4, I continue to say it's 5 until I'm enraged. Now that I'm enraged, I've decided to rip your arms from your body and fuck your girlfriend. You say, no, it's still 4. I destroy you. Left hook, your chin snaps, your head hits the floor and you die. I fuck your girlfriend, she gets pregnant with my kid. Not your smart kid, my stupid strong kid. Who was right? Because you're dead. And if anyone comes along and says to me, what happened? I say, I told this motherfucker 2 + 2 is 5. He didn't listen. And they're like, oh, well, obviously it is, his ass is dead.
So, that, like, what? That has nothing to do with intelligence, right? Like, that had everything to do with strength and just nothing to do with intelligence. I don't know what he means. Why would he would rather be stupid so that he can win fights? Also, with something like that, and actually everything to do with intelligence, you can prove that you're right. It's not just saying, oh, this is true. Oh, no, this is true. Oh, this is true. No, this is true. It's not back and forth the way he portrays it. With literally anything, and especially with his example, it's very easy. You know, this is what 5 looks like. You can use your fingers. Here's 5, and then I have 2, and then I have 2, and that does not look like that. So it's very simple. So in a situation like that, you would be able to convince the stupid person, unless they were so stupid that they were actually brain dead, in which case they would definitely not be able to beat you in a fight. What? I can't understand the angle he's coming from. I don't even know what he's trying to say. It's just ridiculous. All right, now we have a 15-year-old boy who destroys feminists.
Do you think that selling your nudes online and, like, do you think the money that you make from that translates to any sort of intelligence or skill? Or do you accept the fact that you have no skill and maybe lack a lot of intelligence, which is why you had to go down that path?
That is not why I had to go down that path. I have a degree.
A degree in what?
Philosophy.
You could have become a very well-respected lawyer, had a good career. What do you think your kids are going to think when they said, oh, my mom had 2 options? They could have been a philosopher and a lawyer who made a lot of money, but they decided to be an online whore for 2 years. And then when they got ugly, now nobody wants to hire them anymore because they ruined their name and their reputation.
Wow. Absolutely humbled. Yeah, I don't know where he got lawyer from. So she says she has a degree in philosophy. And then he's like, oh, well, see, you could have become a lawyer. Like, what? He seems both confused on what you need to become a lawyer and also how much philosophers make. I guess he thinks that philosophers are just like rich. I don't like they just make a lot. I don't know what philosophers do not make a lot of money. I don't know what he means. And to be a lawyer, you need a law degree, not a philosophy degree. All right, now we have a guy who doesn't understand evolution and just like things in general.
Do me a favor and watch this video.
That's not okay. It's terrible to be white. Too much to be white. That's awful. Yeah, I am racist. 100%.
This is interesting because I think the general approach most people would take with this video is that the black lady is racist, and that's bad. I generally agree. However, the video reminded me of something an old friend who is Navajo. He said the problem with Americans is that they don't know what it is to hate a group of people just because your parents and their parents before them told you to. Sometimes there is a hatred in people so deep that there's no rationalizing with it. It makes sense in an ancient context. If you're in 10,000 BC and a neighboring group has a reputation of everyone they come in contact, you're going to listen to the generations of advice that's been given to you that says, yo, those people suck, stay away from them. And 10,000 BC isn't that far away in evolutionary terms. We still have that part in our brains today. So when you see people like the lady in the video, don't be shocked and outraged. Use it as an opportunity to improve your own behavior, but also understand that lots of people, white, black, tall, short, doesn't matter, operate the exact same way as her because not so long ago, we were all doing the same thing.
All right, so this one is a lot less stupid than the other ones, I'll admit. So it's called have empathy for racists, but there's a difference between having empathy and just understanding something. So what he's proposing we understand is that people who are racist have reasons for being racist, that being just like basic neuroscience, just like, you know, neurons firing at the same time, and then you connect their race to some bad experience that you had with them or something you heard about that race. But okay, so here's where he got it wrong, though. There's no part of our brains devoted to racism. That, like I just said, that's just two neurons. You're just making connections in your brain. And that's not something we can count on evolving out of. Just teach your kids to think, and that'll solve racism. All right, now we have a pro-choicer versus a pro-lifer. It's called pro-choicer defeated by simple logic.
So my poster reads, life begins when you understand living women matter more than potential babies.
If it's a potential baby, what is inside of a woman?
It's a fetus.
Is it living?
No.
How can it grow if it's not living?
Actually, that's like saying if an acorn is a tree.
When does the fetus become living?
That's actually a good question, but that line.
Yeah, of course, because you don't know it. Because it's living. It's living. No, when is sustainability?
About like 30 weeks to born, like.
How do you sustain life? Like, my newborns aren't sustainable. You can't just have a newborn and they just like live on their own, right?
Right.
Is a newborn not worthy of life? Is a newborn not worthy of life?
All right, so that was just kind of weird. Like, I don't really think anyone really knew what they were talking about in this one. So I guess we'll just let's start with the pro-choicer. So she says, so her first line, pro-choicer. So her first line is, life begins when you understand that living women matter more than potential babies. So even though that is true, like that I agree, living women do matter more than potential babies, or like just fetuses. That's not when life, like, is she saying that life begins when you understand that? Like, you're not alive until you understand? I don't know what that, like, what? Like, maybe she was just trying to, like, say something cool, like some kind of, like, haha, gotcha. Oh, we're dropping some, bars on her diss track or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, no, life is, you're alive the whole time. And then the other one comes in, the pro-life person. She says, like, when does life begin? And she said that life, I don't know. It's so hard. I don't even know how to begin to dissect this because there's just so much happening and none of it makes any sense. I'll quickly say, like, my thoughts on this whole situation, on like the pro-life versus pro-choice thing, and then that'll help you just kind of apply that to the video, and then you'll understand my dissection. So, first of all, a fetus is alive. It's alive the whole time. Yeah, and we know that because it grows and it just is alive. That's just a fact. Life does not equal value. Like, there's no intrinsic value connected to life. And there's definitely no intrinsic value connected to specifically human life over other animals. Like, just because something is alive doesn't mean it has any value at all. People give things value. Like, a dollar bill doesn't have value just to the universe. Like, I just don't get that argument. Like, a fetus that isn't wanted by the parents doesn't have value. Like, why is it bad? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it is literally worthless. Like, it's not even, there's just no way to explain this other than that life is not intrinsically valuable. That's just true. That's just a fact. And yeah, people who are like getting upset about that, who aren't even going to be involved in the child's life, like, they definitely don't have any reason to get mad about whatever people do. It's pretty weird. But yeah, hopefully that'll clear that up. Okay, this one's just called Sigma Rule, Become Sigma Male Motivation Quotes. Let's go. Let's find out how to become a Sigma. What in tarnation? What does that even mean? If you want to live a happier life, stop caring and stop trusting? Is this in reference to something that I'm not understanding? I just don't get that at all. Easiest way to be happier is just don't trust anyone. Or maybe it's just women that you're not supposed to trust. I don't know. I'm not caught up on my Sigma lore. I also don't get the beginning clip. So he's like reading and then oh, I see. Okay, so he's reading and then she's like interrupts him and then he's mad. I guess that makes sense. All right, this is called Real Sigma Man. We're kind of moving into fake territory. This one's definitely not real, but I wanted to check it out anyway because it's going to be weird. All right, so I don't understand what's their prior relationship. Are they strangers? Were they dating? So okay, we're gonna run through every scenario just to see if we get the maximum result from this. So I'm gonna start off assuming they're strangers since that's what it seems like. Although I don't know, nothing makes sense. Okay, but if they're strangers, he comes up to her and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing, weirdo? Don't touch me." She pushes him down, and then he gets on one knee and he proposes, and then she's really excited to marry this stranger who she was just creeped out by. But then he's like, "Ha, you pushed me? Well, fuck you." Drops her just heart. He breaks her heart and then walks away like a Chad. There's also option 2. They're dating. So he comes up and he's like, hey, babe, what's up? And then she's like, don't touch me, you, just don't touch me. And then he gets on one knee and he proposes and she's like, oh my God, man, I was waiting for this day. And then he's like, fuck you, you pushed me, we're done, get out of here. On the streets, bye. There's also, maybe they're just friends, and he comes up and he's like, hey, buddy, what's up? She's like, fuck you, get out, go away. And then he gets on one knee and he's like, haha, marry me, question mark? And she's like, yes, exclamation point. And then he flips her, he leaves. I don't know. Okay, now we have men are not dominant. Men are submissive worker ants. Cursing emoji.
Men are not meant to be dominant. Men are meant to be submissive. They're meant to be worker ants. They're supposed to listen to women. You are a queen. They are worker ants. That's how the system is supposed to go. Because men do not have the ability to think for themselves. They don't. They don't have higher intellect. Women have to guide men to higher intellect because men are fucking stupid. We women must take charge. They are useless without us. They can't do nothing. They're the ones supposed to provide, cook, clean, and do everything after they come home from work because that's just how it's supposed to be. I don't know why everybody's trying to change the dynamic. Men are motherfucking submissive. Women are dominant. I'm dominant. I'm not gonna be submissive or a little bitch. Feminism all the way. The fuck? Like...
Okay. So she says men are not meant to be dominant, men are meant to be submissive, and like stop trying to change the system, and we're worker ants and stuff like that. I don't even know, like, I'm not sure where she's getting this information from. Like, if you want to go back to how like humans evolved, I think men have definitely been more dominant back in like the earlier stages. So if we're changing, it's definitely changing like we're not changing anything to make men more dominant. It's just like men just generally are, and then we're a little bit more open now about like women being more dominant and stuff like that. And also, feminism is not the the like protest for women to be dominant. So she's kind of wrong on that front. You know, it's funny. I've actually seen this clip quite a lot in like Sigma male memes, and I've never actually seen the original. So this is kind of interesting to see that. So she also thinks that like. So she's taking ants. Like, does she not understand that different species have different like dynamics? Like, what? Yeah, we're not ants. Like, I'll just leave it at that. We're not ants. All right, for this last one, this is not a short, but it's an actual video, and I want to react to the whole thing because it really makes me mad. It's called "The Speed of Light is Extremely Slow." If that shocks you, then you probably have a brain.
The speed of light is exactly 670,616,629 miles per hour, or 299,792,458 meters per second, and is believed to be the fastest speed in the universe.
Because it is.
To put that into perspective, light can travel around the entire Earth over 7 times in just 1 second. But that's actually quite slow.
Nope, that's not slow.
Fast to us, since we're just a microscopic dot in an infinitely large universe.
I see. It only appears to be fast. It's not actually fast.
How does the speed of light compare to the speed of sound?
It's much faster.
The best representation of just how much faster the speed of light is compared to the speed of sound is seen every time there's a thunderstorm. When you see a flash of lightning that's, say, 10 miles in the distance, you see it just 54 microseconds, or 0.00005 seconds after it actually happened.
Yeah, because light is very fast.
Sound takes over 47 seconds. That's nearly 1 million times slower than light. So if light is so much faster than sound, then how is the speed of light so slow?
I'd love to know.
Well, because we've just been looking at what happens on our own tiny planet. There's still a whole universe out there.
The Earth is not tiny. The Earth is very, very big.
And when the speed of light is compared to the whole universe, it becomes a snail's pace.
It doesn't. It doesn't become... it stays the same speed, guy.
Let's board a newly invented spacecraft that is capable of traveling at the speed of light. We'll call it the EMRC, short for electromagnetic radiation, and C, which is commonly used to represent the speed of light.
Cool.
We'll start on Earth and begin exploring the rest of the universe. We should probably do a quick flight around the Earth first, just to make sure all our systems are working correctly.
Let's do it. Damn.
That was pretty quick.
That was pretty quick.
About 0.134 seconds to make that flight. Anyway, it looks like the systems are working fine, so let's head to the Sun next. It's our closest neighboring star, so this shouldn't take very long.
Yeah, only 8 minutes.
Okay, this is taking a while. Let's fast forward a bit.
Bro. I mean, yeah, 8 minutes. That's...
And we've arrived. According to our clock, that took a little under 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's zero out our stopwatch here and compare everything to their distance from the sun. Alright, let's head to the orbit of Neptune.
Yeah, like, the sun is like 8 light minutes away, so that means it'll take light 8 minutes to get there. That's not shocking.
We just went from the Earth to the sun in a few minutes, so this shouldn't take too long.
What?
Fast forward a bit.
What? It's like do you have any understanding of how large the universe is?
Okay, I guess I was wrong again. It's already been an hour, and we still haven't reached Neptune. I guess we'll have to fast forward even more.
So this shocking thing that he's uncovering is that it takes objects a longer amount of time to travel longer distances. They don't slow down. Do you understand how perspective works?
Well, that was the most boring ride of my life. Over 4 hours, and we finally reached the orbit of Neptune.
Neptune is very far away, and what do you expect?
Alright, let's head to Proxima Centauri, our second closest neighboring star. It's quite a ways away, so it will take at least a few months to get there. Well, it's been a year and we're still not there. I guess we'll have to fast forward even more. And we've arrived. That took about 4 years and 3 months.
Man.
I'm beginning to think this tour is gonna take a bit longer than expected.
Man, that's just, it just keeps on like that. I don't really want to show you the whole thing, to be honest. But it's wild. Like, yeah, what? Man, it takes light so long to travel this unbelievably long distance. So light must just be slowing down rather than it traveling a longer distance and therefore taking a longer amount of time while traveling the same speed. It's like, what? Bro. I can walk to the park in around 10 minutes from my house, but walking around the entire Earth would take me so much longer. So I guess when you look at it like that, I'm really just very, very slow, or I actually slow down the longer distance I walk. What? It's so dumb. God, it makes me mad. All right, so that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. I'm probably gonna start making more videos on this channel. I know this is my first one, but yeah, hope you enjoyed. This is the kind of stuff I'm gonna do on this channel. So yeah, subscribe if you like it, I guess. Bye.